A banker has been making phone calls to police about you and finally decided to send a notice. For immediate action. This is not a drill. Your name is on their desk right now. The investigation has moved beyond internal bank reviews. Law enforcement has been contacted multiple times about your financial activities. The banker believes they have enough evidence to proceed with formal charges. A notice has been sent to authorities requesting immediate investigation. This puts you in serious legal danger that most people never see coming. You need to know what's happening behind closed doors before it's too late. A financial insider who works directly with law enforcement cases has provided this urgent warning. This person processes these exact types of investigations every single day. They saw your case file cross their desk this morning. The banker handling your account has been building a case against you for weeks. Phone calls to police have been happening regularly. The insider risked their job to warn you because they've seen what happens when people don't know. They're being investigated. By the time most people find out, it's already too late to protect themselves. This banker has contacted 3 different law enforcement agencies about your activities. Each call has made your situation more serious. The decision to send formal notice means they're ready to move forward with action against you. If this notice leads to formal investigation, your accounts could be frozen within 24 hours. All your financial assets would become inaccessible while authorities review your case. Legal charges could be filed before you even know what you're accused of. Once charges are filed, your name goes into the system permanently. This affects your credit, your job, and your future financial options. Asset seizure is a real possibility. They can take your money, your property, and anything else they believe is connected to their investigation. Getting these items back can take months or years, even if you're completely innocent. The window to respond is closing fast. Once law enforcement officially receives the notice, they have to act on it. There are legal requirements that force them to investigate. Your financial reputation will be destroyed. Banks share information with each other. One investigation can affect your ability to get loans, credit cards, or even basic bank accounts for years to come. Like this video right now to stay informed about critical developments in your case. The banking system has specific triggers that automatically flag accounts for investigation. Your account hit multiple red flags over the past few weeks. The banker noticed patterns that match their training on suspicious activity. Large deposits or withdrawals within short time periods. Create automatic alerts. Money transfers to certain types of accounts trigger reviews. Even the timing of your transactions can raise suspicions if they follow certain patterns. Internal bank systems track everything you do with your money. They analyze your spending habits, your income sources, and where your money goes. When something doesn't match their expected patterns, it gets flagged for human review. The banker assigned to your case has been watching your account for 3 weeks. They've documented every transaction, every deposit, and every withdrawal. This documentation is now part of the evidence file they're building against you. Police cooperation with banks is stronger than most people realize. Banks are required by law to report suspicious activity to authorities. They have direct phone lines to financial crimes units in law enforcement. Your specific case triggered multiple reporting requirements. The banker had no choice but to contact police once certain thresholds were reached. They've been building a paper trail showing exactly why your account is suspicious. The banker believes they have enough evidence to support criminal investigation. This is why they finally decided to send the formal notice to law enforcement requesting immediate action. Type urgent now to receive priority updates about your case as it develops over the next 24 hours. The notice sent to authorities contains specific details about your financial activities that concern the banker. It lists exact dates, amounts, and transaction types that triggered their investigation. Law enforcement agencies are required to act on these notices within 72 hours of receiving them. They cannot ignore formal requests from financial institutions. Your case will be assigned to a detective who specializes in financial crimes. The timeline for action is faster than most people expect. Asset freezing can happen within hours of the investigation officially starting. They don't need to prove guilt to freeze your accounts. Suspicion is enough to lock down your finances. Other people in similar situations have lost access to their money for months, even when they were proven innocent. The process to get their assets back was complicated and expensive. Some never fully recovered their financial standing. The banker's motivation comes from legal protection requirements. Banks face heavy fines if they fail to report suspicious activity. Your banker chose to err on the side of caution rather than risk regulatory punishment. The specific concerns raised about your account include transaction patterns that don't match your stated income sources, money movements that seem designed to avoid detection, relationships with accounts that have been flagged by other institutions. Your digital footprint is already being analyzed by bank security systems. They're looking at your online activity, your spending locations, and your financial relationships with other people. This data is part of what convinced them to contact police. Surveillance of your financial activities may have been happening for weeks without your knowledge. Modern banking systems track and record everything automatically. If you want continued access to insider information about your case, you can support this channel with donations of $10, $25, $50, or more. This helps cover the costs of obtaining confidential updates from sources inside the financial system who risk their careers to warn people like you. Type 777 now to receive critical timing updates about when authorities will take action on your case. Immediate steps you should consider include documenting all your financial activities for the past 6 months. Create a clear paper trail showing the legitimate sources of all your income and the reasons for all your major transactions. Protective measures include contacting a financial attorney who specializes in banking investigations. Don't wait until charges are filed. Early legal representation can make the difference between charges being dropped and facing serious legal consequences. Legal options available to you include requesting copies of your complete banking records before they're sealed as evidence. You have the right to know what triggered the investigation. This information can help you prepare your defense. Timing is critical for your response. The sooner you take protective action, the better your chances of avoiding serious consequences. Waiting until you're officially notified means you've lost valuable time to protect yourself. Communication strategies with authorities matter more than most people realize. How you respond to their first contact affects how they view your case. The wrong response can make you look guilty even if you're innocent. Your position in the investigation is still developing. Right now you're a subject of inquiry, not a suspect, but this can change quickly based on what investigators find. When they start looking into your finances, the banker expects this investigation to result in some type of formal action against you. They wouldn't have sent the notice unless they believed law enforcement would find evidence of wrongdoing. Different response strategies lead to very different outcomes. People who prepare early and get proper legal help often avoid charges completely. Type Protect now to receive priority access to legal guidance specific to banking investigations and financial crimes cases. The banker's internal communications show pressure from higher management to resolve suspicious account cases quickly. Your account has been discussed in multiple internal meetings over the past 2 weeks. Pressure from regulatory agencies makes banks more aggressive about reporting potential problems. They face massive fines if they miss real criminal activity. This creates a system where banks report first and ask questions later. You were specifically targeted because your account activity matched patterns. their computer systems are programmed to detect the decision wasn't personal. It was based on algorithmic analysis of your financial behavior. The investigation methodology involves comparing your account to thousands of other accounts that have been connected to financial crimes. Your transactions fit profiles that have led to successful prosecutions in the past. Your vulnerability in the current situation comes from not knowing you were being watched. Most people don't realize their banking activity is being monitored this closely. You've continued normal activities while evidence was being collected against you. The situation could escalate further if investigators find connections between your account and other accounts already under investigation. Financial crimes investigations often expand to include associates and family members. Banks share more information with law enforcement than most people realize. Your transaction history, your personal information, and your financial relationships are all available to investigators without a warrant. The timing of when action will be taken depends on how quickly the assigned detective can review your case. Some detectives move faster than others. The severity of the suspected activity affects priority levels. Red flags that led to this point include specific transaction patterns that banks are trained to recognize as potentially criminal. If you want to stay ahead of developments in your case, you can support this investigation with donations of $15, $30, $75, or more. This helps maintain access to insider sources who provide real-time updates about financial investigations. Your support ensures you get critical information before it becomes public knowledge. Type 999 now to join the Priority Alert system for immediate updates about your banking case. What happens next in your case depends on how quickly the detective assigned to your file can review the banker's evidence. Financial crimes units are often backed up with cases, but formal notices from banks get priority attention. Critical decision points are approaching fast. Within the next 48 to 72 hours, the detective will decide whether to open a full investigation or request more information from the bank. This decision affects everything that follows. Your window of opportunity for protective action is closing rapidly. Once a full investigation begins, your options become much more limited. Early action gives you the best chance of avoiding serious consequences. Different response choices lead to completely different outcomes. People who take immediate legal action often get their cases dismissed before charges are filed. Those who wait usually face much more serious problems. The situation could resolve favorably if you can provide clear documentation, showing legitimate sources for all questioned transactions. Investigators are looking for criminal intent, not just unusual activity patterns. Worst case scenarios include asset seizure, criminal charges, and permanent damage to your financial reputation. These can be avoided with proper preparation and quick action on your part. Your leverage in this situation comes from still having time to prepare your defense. Most people don't learn about investigations until it's too late to protect themselves effectively. Documentation needed for protection includes bank statements, income records, and explanations for any large or unusual transactions. The more complete your records, the stronger your position becomes. Type action now to receive your immediate action plan and join the Priority Update system. For your banking investigation case, your situation is critical but not hopeless. Having advance warning gives you a huge advantage that most people in similar situations never get. The banker's notice to police is serious, but you still have time to protect yourself. The time-sensitive nature of your case cannot be overstated. Every hour that passes without action reduces your options for a favorable outcome. The investigation process moves quickly. Once it officially begins, this insider information provides protection. By letting you prepare before law enforcement contacts you, most people are caught completely off guard when investigators show up. You have the opportunity to be ready. Next steps include gathering all financial documentation, consulting with a specialized attorney, and preparing clear explanations for any question transactions. Speed is essential for the best possible outcome. Type alert to stay connected for urgent updates about your case as it develops over time.